Evening, everybody. Hope you're well, and welcome to this Valentine's Day edition of the Big Quiz live event. Although not as live as it used to be, this is obviously a pre-record, and I'm hoping I've got the bed levels of the music a little bit better this week. I should be coming on screen very, very shortly and putting your pictures up just to say hello. So you've got about 7 or 8 minutes on there before the pictures will appear on your screen. So welcome. Get yourself comfortable. We're in for a good one tonight. Well, good evening, everybody. Here we are. Okay, then. Right, it is time for your pictures to go up on the screen. Okay, let's lose the promo slide. Get rid of that and put your pictures up, and here they are. Okay, it is Famous Richards tonight. Famous Richards. There's no trick ones in there. There's nobody called Rich, Rick, Ricky. They're all Famous Richards. So we just want to know who they are. Famous Richards. That is your pictures this evening. Okay, I should be coming back on in just a few minutes' time when we're going to start your quiz. So first question is at 8:30. You have got just a little over 13 minutes before the start. Gives you a chance to go and grab yourself a drink. Get your pen and your paper ready. Get your Zoom or your meeting room ready, and get all your friends online and tell them all about the live quiz. Well, it's not technically live, but it's live premiered. This has been recorded earlier on this afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock here at the moment. So hopefully everything's going okay. The music, the bed music is a lot lower than last week. I usually put that on post-production in the editing side. And then you don't get to hear that, unfortunately, until it's the finished video has been sent. Last week we were just a bit tight for time, so I didn't get to listen to the video before I send it off to James for the premiere, because we have to have it over by a certain time. But I'm doing the music pre-production this week, so I can hear it. I know exactly what's going on, so that is all good. And so everything should be fine this week. All the levels should be absolutely perfect. So I should be back with you in just a little over 12 minutes time now with your first question. Okay, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it is time to start your quiz. Okay then, it is time to start your quiz. There you go, you got your pictures scrolling on the right hand side of your screen there. What we're looking for is the famous Richard. There are no surprises, there's no Rich, Ricky, Ricardo, anything like that. It's all Richards. So they are your pictures. Okay, so your first round this evening is trivia, your general knowledge round. And let's get rid of the round slide. And there we go. We are straight in with round number one. And here is your first question coming up on your screen. Time and tide wait for what, according to the proverb? Tide and tide wait for what, according to the proverb? Question number two. The song Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo has been made famous in TikTok recently. Comes from which Disney film? The song Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo comes from which Disney film? Question number three. Which actor plays Detective Neville Parker in Death in Paradise? Which actor plays Detective Neville Parker in Death in Paradise? Question number four. The M8, that's the M8 motorway, is in which country of the UK? The M8 is in which country of the UK? Question number five. In which decade was the comedian and actor Benny Hill born? In which decade was the comedian and actor Benny Hill born? So it's reaching our target audience. Question number six. Speedmaster and the Bonneville Bobber are classic motorcycles made by which company? Speedmaster and Bonneville Bobber are classic motorcycles made by which company? Question number seven. What kind of creature is Sandy Cheeks in SpongeBob SquarePants? What kind of creature is Sandy Cheeks in SpongeBob SquarePants? Well, we can see what Mick watches during the day now, can't we? Death in Paradise and SpongeBob SquarePants. Question number 8. Who wrote the novel Little Dorrit? Who wrote the novel Little Dorrit? Question number 9. Antalya and Antinkum are holiday resorts in which country? Antalya and Antinkum are holiday resorts in which country? And question number 10. Which ship is permanently moored in London and operated by the Imperial War Museum as an exhibit? Which ship is permanently moored in London and operated by the Imperial War Museum as an exhibit? That's question number 10 and your last in the first round. Don't forget, if you are finding that the questions are going a little bit too quick, or you might want a little bit more time, all you need to do is press pause and I will go like this and you'll get a bit more time on the questions. Okay, right, so there we go. That is the end of your first 10. Not too bad, pretty standard quiz questions there. Right, let's move on to the answers and see how you did. Okay, here we go then with question number 1. Time and tide wait for what, according to the proverb? It's no man. Or no one. The song Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo comes from which Disney movie? It's Cinderella. The actor that plays Detective Neville Parker in Death in Paradise, Ralph Little. I don't know whether you've seen these on Facebook, but Ralph Little and Will Mellor, they're doing this podcast where they're reminiscing over the days from 15 Pints of Lager. And amongst other stuff, talking about stuff of the day. It is very, very funny. If you get stuck for something to listen to, go along and listen. There's loads of episodes on there. They seem to be doing one a week at the minute. And it's very, very funny. Go along and listen to that. So it's Ralph and Will. Okay, the M8 is in which country of the UK? It's in Scotland. Number 5, in which decade was the comedian Benny Hill born? It's the 1920s, 1924. Speedmaster and Bonneville Bobber are classic motorcycles from Triumph. And number 7, what kind of creature is Sandy Cheeks in SpongeBob SquarePants? It's a squirrel. Number 8, who wrote the novel Little Dorrit? It was Charles Dickens. And number 9, Antalya and Antinkum, the holiday resort in Turkey. Oh, soon we'll be able to go. And the ship that is permanently moored in London and operated by the Imperial War Museum as an exhibit is HMS Belfast. There we go. How do you do on those? Let's see your scores. James is on the chat. He will come and say hello to you all. No doubt. Right, round number 2 is Gold Run. Blockbuster's Gold Run. Many initials, and I'll give you the clue. All you got to do is work out the answer. It is as simple as that. So let's get on with question number 1. Excuse me. Question number 1 of round number 2, your Blockbuster's Gold Run round. So PAACM, Papa Alpha Alpha Charlie Mike, PAACM. An old term meaning extremely short of money. Now this term first came about in the 15 and 1600s. It was first seen in literature, but still in use, although not as often as probably it should be. But PAACM, an old term meaning extremely short of money. Number 2. MAK, Mike Alpha Kilo, MAK, pop group that hits with respectable and showing out. Pop group that hits with respectable and showing out. Number 3. LAAF, Lima Alpha Alpha Foxtrot, LAAF, can be considered weightless or unsubstantial. Can be considered weightless or unsubstantial. That's number 3. Number 4. MP. Donald Trump's charismatic vice president. Donald Trump's charismatic vice president. If you've ever seen the new series of Spitting Image, it's got him painted rather grey, which is why I put the charismatic thing in there. Got no charisma whatsoever, that guy. He just the only way he managed to become VP was because he just managed to be able to say yes sir every time Trump wanted something. But there you go. Number 5. VD, Victor Delta, VD, stage name of movie superstar Mark Sinclair. So Mark Sinclair's his real name. What's his stage name? Big superstar. VD, Victor Delta. Stage name of movie superstar Mark Sinclair. Question number 6. SAS, Sierra Alpha Sierra. A controversial police power used with so-called reasonable grounds. SAS, a controversial police power used with so-called reasonable grounds. Number 7. DAD, Delta Alpha Delta. A description of someone who is very boring. A description of someone who is very boring. He looked like he received a particularly disgusting text then, didn't he? Or maybe somebody's sending him a rude picture. Number 8. SE, Sierra Echo, SE. A snack item that was considered a considerable meal in 2020. A snack item that was considered a considerable meal in 2020. Question number 9. JBG, Juliet Bravo Golf, JBG. A 1950s rock and roll song with the opening lyrics, deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans. JBG, Juliet Bravo Golf. A 1950s rock and roll song with the opening lyrics, deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans. And number 10, DP, Delta Papa, DP. A French electronic music duo formed in Paris in 1993. A French electronic music duo formed in Paris in 1993. They may be French, but they are very, very mainstream. You would have heard of them. There we go. That's your Blockbusters Gold Run. Not too bad. So let's see how you did on that one. Let's go straight into the answers. Okay then, here we go. Number 1, PAACM, an old term meaning extremely short of money, poor as a church mouse. MAK, pop group, had hits with Respectable and Showing Out. That was Mel and Kim. Unfortunately, the young Melanie died in 1990, I think it was, at the age of 24 or 23 with cancer. So great group, but didn't last too long. But, what a shame. Yeah, that's some really good songs. LAAF can be considered weightless and unsubstantial. That is light as a feather. Light as a feather. MP Donald Trump's charismatic vice president, tongue-in-cheek, Mike Pence. No charisma at all. VD, stage name of movie superstar Mark Sinclair. So that is Vin Diesel. Real name Mark Sinclair. SAS, controversial police power used with so-called reasonable grounds. Stop and search. DAD, a description of someone who is very boring. Dull as dishwater or ditchwater, sometimes said. SE, the snack item that's considered a considerable meal in 2020, was a Scotch egg. JBG, the 50s rock and roll song, deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans. Johnny Be Good, Chuck Berry. And DP, the French electronic music duo formed in Paris in 1993, Daft Punk. Right, whack your scores in the chat. Let James see how you did. Round 3 is you give me 10 question. One question with 10 possible answers. So I'm going to take a little sip of water. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, right, you'll give me 10 question this evening. Okay then, so 100 people were asked in 2021 to name a person featured on the reverse of an English banknote. Top 10 answers. So obviously, banknotes are a little bit different to bank coins. The Queen's head appears on the reverse of a coin, but the Queen appears on the front of an English banknote. So who has appeared on the rear? There have been several over the years, and we did a survey and we asked 100 people to name somebody who's appeared on the back of an English banknote since they were reintroduced in the 70s, so since we've been decimalised. So top 10 answers given. Okay, you've got a few minutes to work on these. I'll come back to you with the answers very, very shortly. Okay, 30 seconds left on this one now, please. 30 seconds left on this one. Thank you. Okay then. So you give me 10 questions. We surveyed 100 people and we asked them to name a famous person that has appeared on the reverse of an English banknote since we went into decimalisation in the 70s. Okay, right, so let's do the answers. And here they are. Jane Austen, Winston Churchill, Charles Darwin, the Duke of Wellington, or Arthur Wellesley as he was known, Florence Nightingale, Charles Dickens, Sir Isaac Newton, Alan Turing, I think he appeared on the £50 note, and probably the most famous one of all, Sir Christopher Wren appeared on the old £10 note. There we go. That is your 10. So here we go, one more time. Jane Austen, Winston Churchill, Charles Darwin, the Duke of Wellington, Florence Nightingale, Charles Dickens, Sir Isaac Newton, and Alan Turing, and Sir Christopher Wren. I shall leave those scrolling again for just a moment or two so you can mark off the answers. What I'll do is I'll just pause it just as Jane gets to the top. There we go. So Jane Austen, Winston Churchill, Charles Darwin, Duke of Wellington, Florence Nightingale, Charles Dickens, Sir Isaac Newton, Alan Turing, and Sir Christopher Wren. Okay, that is your 10. I would say if you get over 5, 6 on the Gimme 10, that's a good score. They're not particularly easy, those questions. Especially when it's a survey, you've got to try and guess what the population is going to say, and you never know. It's all based on age range and where you ask them and that sort of thing. So there we go. Okay, right, let's do the answers to your pictures now. Famous Richards, we're going to get them off screen, and we shall come back, hopefully, with number 1. And here we go, and this is number 1. This is Richard Bacon. Richard Bacon, kids TV presenter, did something a bit silly, went off the screen for a while, has now come back. Richard 2. That's Richard number 2. That is Richard Burton. Richard Burton. Married Elizabeth Taylor a few times. Number 3. That's Richard Madden. Richard Madden. I believe he appeared in The Bodyguard amongst other things. Not the Whitney Houston one, but the recent one. The one on TV. Number 4. Richard Keys. I think he did something a bit naughty. Went off screen. Number 5. Richard Ayoade. Very, very funny comedian. I like him a lot. Number 6, Richard Branson. Number 7, that's Richard Coles. Now, Richard Coles, he appeared with the Communards. That's where he started off his career, with Jimmy Somerville, and then became a priest. Number 8 is Richard Blackwood. I believe he's appearing in Brookside, I think. Not Brookside, no, it's not going to be Brookside, is it? It's one of the soaps, I can't remember. Number 9 is Richard Nixon. Hollyoaks, that was it. He's in Hollyoaks, I think. Number 10, Richard Osman. Can't have to say anything else about Richard Osman. He just is. Number 11, Richard Gere. Hit 70. Wow. Number 12, Richard Keel played Jaws in a couple of the James Bond films. Number 13, Richard Whiteley. The first person to speak on Channel 4 way back in 82, I think it was. 14, Richard Pryor. A lot of time paired up with Gene Wilder in the movies. Some good films. 15, that is Richard Thomas. He was in the Waltons, played John Boy in the Waltons. 16, Richard E. Grant. Highlight of his career, appearing in the Spice Girls movie, I think. Or maybe not. 17, Richard Hammond. He's getting his hands stuck into Jeremy there by the looks of things. Number 18, that is Richard Dreyfuss. We're going to need a bigger boat. 19, Richard Harris, the first Dumbledore. Although I remember him first from Supergirl. Terrible, terrible movie all them years ago. And the one who's had a very disgusting photo appear on his phone is Richard Fairbrass from Right Said Fred. There we go. That is your pictures. There we go. Not too bad. Pretty good pictures there. Thank you to Mick for putting that one together. And let's move straight on to round number 4. Round 4 is movie places. Now these questions, all the answers, will have a place in it. So the question will have a place in it, or possibly the answer. Could be both. Who knows? So let's get on with question number 1. From which musical does the song "Oh What a Beautiful Morning" come from? From which musical does the song "Oh What a Beautiful Morning" come from? Hands, face, space. Question number 2. In which film did Meryl Streep play Karen Blixen? In which film did Meryl Streep play Karen Blixen? Question number 3. A group of animals have spent all their lives in a New York zoo and they end up in the jungle. Name the 2005 movie. A group of animals has spent all their lives in a New York zoo and end up in the jungle. Name the 2005 movie. Question number 4. Released in 1963, the second outing for Sean Connery as James Bond. Name the film. Released in 1963, the second outing for Sean Connery as James Bond. Name the film. Nice easy one for Bond buffs. I think this one's actually my favourite of all the Bonds. Question number 5. Two FBI agents arrive. Two FBI agents arrive in Mississippi to investigate a missing person. Name the 1988 film. Two FBI agents arrive in Mississippi to investigate a missing person. Name the 1988 film. Question number 6. Richard Gere starred in which 2002 film musical? Richard Gere starred in which 2002 film musical? Question number 7. Which Tom Hanks movie is about a boy ringing a radio show trying to find his dad a new love? Oh, that's topical for tonight, isn't it? Which Tom Hanks movie is about a young boy ringing a radio show trying to find his dad a new love? Who said we don't do topical here at the Big Quiz? We do very topical. Question number 8. Which animated 2011 movie features a domesticated macaw from small town Minnesota? Which animated 2011 movie features a domesticated macaw from a small town in Minnesota? Question number 9. Which 93 movie gave Tom Hanks his first Best Actor Oscar? Which 93 movie gave Tom Hanks his first Best Actor Oscar? And question number 10. Don't Cry For Me, Argentina from Evita was sung by which pop star? Don't Cry For Me, Argentina from Evita was sung by which pop star? Don't cry for me, Auntie Sheila, for I never liked your cream buns. Great song. Okay then, that is your 10. Let's do some answers then. Okay. From which musical does the song "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning"? Oklahoma. Never seen it. In which film did Meryl Streep play Karen Blixen? Not seen this one either. Out of Africa. A group of animals spend all their lives in the New York Zoo, end up in the jungle. The movie is Madagascar. Released in '63, the second outing for Sean Connery as James Bond, my favourite film, From Russia with Love. 2 FBI agents arrive in Mississippi to investigate a missing person. Mississippi Burning. Richard Gere starred in which 2002 film musical? Chicago. And all that jazz. Tom Hanks movie about a young boy ringing a radio show trying to find his dad a new love. Sleepless in Seattle. The animated 2011 movie features a domesticated macaw from a small town, Minnesota, was Rio. The 1993 movie that gave Tom Hanks his first Best Actor Oscar, Philadelphia. Don't Cry For Me, Auntie Sheila from Evita was sung by Madonna. There we go. Let's see your answers in the chat, or even your scores in the chat. Let James know what you got. Round 5. Round 5 is blockbusters. Maybe a little bit easier than your gold run round. Who knows? It could be harder. Here we go then with question number 1 on your blockbusters round. G for golf. A cartoon cat created by Jim Davies. Cartoon cat created by Jim Davies. Question number 2. M for Mike. A landlocked West African country. Also the 8th largest country in Africa. A landlocked West African country. 8th largest country in Africa. Number 3, B for Bravo. A character from the pantomime Cinderella. Character from the pantomime Cinderella. Just in case there are other characters from Cinderella that I haven't quite thought of, this is a principal character from the pantomime Cinderella. Question number 4. D for Delta. The art of decorating by gluing coloured paper on objects with paint effects. Art of decorating by gluing coloured paper on objects with paint effects. Number 5. S for Sierra. Country with the capital city Bratislava. country with the capital city, Bratislava. Okay, so I'll just let you know on round 6. Round 6 is your music round tonight. Again, because of the issues that we're having with the Facebook police at the moment, it's going to be a visual round. Something a little bit different. Not done this sort of round before. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to come up with new ideas every week to just to keep it a little bit interesting. But it is music based, nonetheless, and that'll be coming up in your next round. Okay, question number 6. B for Bravo. Precedes the words boat, bread, and republic. And my English grammar has gone completely out the window, and my English teacher would be turning in a grave right now. So it's not word apostrophe S, it's just words. Sorry about that. When I do write these questions out, I try and get the grammar correct. Precedes the words boat, bread, and republic. Number 7. C for Charlie, where Elvis Costello did not want to go, according to one of his hits. Target reference. Where Elvis Costello did not want to go, according to one of his hits. Anybody below the age of probably 40, not going to have a clue. Not going to have a clue at all. Question number 8. R for Romeo. An Irish port that caters for ferries to Fishguard, Bilbao and Roscoff. Irish port that caters for ferries to Fishguard, Bilbao and Roscoff. Question number 9. C for Charlie. A traditional game using the seeds of the horse chestnut seed. Chestnut seed. A traditional game using the seeds of the horse chestnut tree, even. And number 10. H for Hotel. The only single that was released from the soundtrack to Despicable Me 2 in 2013. The only single released from the soundtrack to Despicable Me 2 in 2013. There we go. That is your 10. Okay, let's do some answers. G. Cartoon Cat, created by Jim Davies. Loved lasagna, hated Mondays. It was Garfield. Number 2. M. The landlocked West African country, 8th largest country in Africa, is Mali. B. The principal character, or a principal character from the pantomime Cinderella, Buttons. Gets his girl in the end. Or does he? D. The art of decorating by gluing coloured paper on objects with paint effects. Decoupage. S. Country with the capital city Bratislava is Slovakia. Slovakia, not Slovenia, Slovakia. B. Precedes the words boat, bread and republic. Banana. Banana bread, banana boat, banana republic. C. Where Elvis Costello did not want to go, according to one of his hits, is Chelsea. R. The Irish port that caters for ferries to Fishguard, Bilbao and Roscoff is Rosslare. C. Traditional game using the seeds of the horse chestnut tree, Conkers. Banned in school now, ridiculous. And H. The only single released from the soundtrack to Despicable Me 2 in 2013. That was Happy by Pharrell Williams. There we go. How'd you get on with that one? Good round, good round. Right, okay then. Now, your music round then. Something a little bit different, and it's something that we haven't done before. Now, I am going to give you the name of the track and the artist and the year that it was first released. Okay? Not a re-release, not a remix, but the year the song was first released. I'm then going to give you the title and artist of the next track, and I would like you to tell me whether it became before or after. So all you've got to answer is older or newer. Older or newer. That's all you got to say. Older or newer. Okay, so now your first track is Adele, Rolling in the Deep, and it was first released in 2011. Okay, I believe that came from her 21 album, if I'm not much mistaken. So Adele, Rolling in the Deep from 2011. Now your next track is Peter Kay, Is This the Way to Amarillo? Now, is that older or newer than 2011? Older or newer than 2011? Okay? You get how this works? Good. That bit's easy. Alright, so older or newer than 2011. Track number 2 is Montel Williams. This Is How We Do It. Now, is that older or newer than Peter Kay's track? So you've got to work out the one before. Okay? So Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It. Is that older or newer than Peter Kay's Is This the Way to Amarillo? Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It. Okay, you're getting the gist now. Good. Number 3. So Coldplay, Yellow. Is that older or newer than Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It? Coldplay's Yellow. Is this older or newer than Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It? Older or newer? That's all you got to put. Older, newer. Easy so far, isn't it? Okay. Number 4. Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Older or newer than Coldplay's Yellow? Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Older or newer than Coldplay's Yellow? I forgot which track came before that then. Still easy. Okay, older or newer? Number 5. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Older or newer than Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire? Whitney Houston with I Want to Dance with Somebody. Is that older or newer than Billy Joel's track? Don't forget, this is when the tracks were first released. Their very first release. Not re-releases, not remixes, their first release. So these are all single tracks as well. We're not classing albums, we're classing as singles. So number 6. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Now, did that come out newer or older? Was that newer or older than Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody? Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. That's the one that they used on the Cadbury's advert. You know, the gorilla with the drums. That one. Brilliant track. But was that newer or older than Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody? Getting a little bit more tricky now, aren't they? Okay, Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. That's number 6. Number 7, John Lennon, Imagine. John Lennon, Imagine. Now, was that older or newer than Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight? John Lennon, Imagine. Older or newer than Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight? Number 8, ABBA, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia from ABBA. Is that older or newer than the previous track? Older or newer than John Lennon, Imagine? Older or newer? Getting controversial now, aren't we? How good's your memory? We'll just guess. You got a 50-50 chance. Number 9. This one's easy for you then. Everyone should get this one. Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Older or newer than ABBA, Mamma Mia? Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Is that older or newer than Mamma Mia by ABBA? And then the last one. Lewis Capaldi, Someone You Love. Now, is that older or newer than Ed Sheeran, Shape of You? Lewis Capaldi, Someone You Loved. Is that older or newer than Ed Sheeran and Shape of You? Interesting. Well, I hope that sparked a bit of a debate with you guys. That was a bit of fun to put together this afternoon. Quite enjoyed that one. Okay, right, here we go then with your answers. Here we go. So your first track was Adele with Rolling in the Deep, 2011. Peter Kay, Is This the Way to Amarillo? Older or newer than Adele? That one was easy. That's older, obviously. That was 2005. On to number 2, Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It. It was remixed in the 2000s, but it was older, 1995 for the first release. Number 3, Coldplay's Yellow. Older or newer? It was, of course, newer, from the year 2000, their debut hit. Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Older or newer than Coldplay's Yellow? Definitely older, 1989. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Older or newer than Billy Joel? Older, 87. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Is that older or newer than Whitney Houston? Older. It was 1981. I think it was on his No Jacket Required album, that one, 1981. John Lennon, Imagine. Older or newer than 81? Well, he died in 81, but was it posthumously? No, it was 71. It was older, 10 years before. ABBA, Mamma Mia. Older or newer than 71? Newer. It was in 75 of the first release. Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. Of course, it was definitely newer. 2017 for the first release of that one. And then Lewis Capaldi, Someone You Loved. Older or newer than Ed Sheeran? It was newer. It came a year later in 2018. So there we go. That is the end of your round. Hope you enjoyed that one. It was a bit of fun to put together, a bit of a laugh. Hope you all enjoyed it. And sadly, we've come to the end of another quiz. There we go. Another quiz gone by, just like that. Poof, in the breeze of the wind. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. Been a bit of fun to put together once again. And hope you've all had an absolutely fantastic Valentine's Day. Hope you've been spoilt by your other halves. Okay, everybody. Right, you take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Above all, stay safe, stay quizzing. Good night.
need a plan in life to get by. All you need is a snappy 3-word slogan. Could be 4 words, could be 5, maybe even 6. But all you need is a slogan, and people will think you're doing something when you're not. Go ahead, try it. Say it with me. Hands, face, space. Go ahead, say it. Hands, face, space. Hands, face, space when you mop the floor. Hands, face, space when you break the law. Hands, face, space when you're in the park. Hands, face, space, keep them in the dark. Hands, face, space when you're out with friends. Hands, face, space till 10 p.m. Hands, face, space when your dad's in Greece. Hands, face, space when you're hunting geese. Why not use the rule of 3 to shirk responsibility? If you find yourself in trouble, choose a slogan at the double. All you need is a snappy phrase to hide your sociopathic ways. Say it slow, repeat it twice. Excel spreadsheet, name your prize. To hell with science, let's campaign. No to theatres, yes to planes. Build back better, test and trace. 3-tier system, know your place. Hands, face, space when you're burning bridges. Hands, face, space when you hide in fridges. Hands, face, space, let's open schools. Hands, face, space, obey the rules. Hands, face, space with your messy hair. Hands, face, space, look over there. Hands, face, space in your private car. Hands, face, space, dich wunderbar. Huge recession, thousands dead, burns the dinner. The bed, it doesn't matter, the infraction, use your slogan as distraction. Elaboration, there's no need, just pick a slogan, you'll succeed, control the vowels. Rule of 6, there's many words, just take your pick. So go and grab your dictionary, pick some words, you don't need many. If someone asks, why shut down Preston, use it to avoid the question. Hands, face, space when you mop the floor. Hands, face, space when you break the law. Hands, face, space when you're in the park. Hands, face, space, keep them in the dark. Hands, face, space when you're out with friends. Hands, face, space till 10 p.m. Hands, face, space when your dad's in Greece. Hands, face, space when you're hunting geese. Hands, face, space when you're burning bridges. Hands, face, space when you hide in fridges. Hands, face, space, let's open schools. Hands, face, space, obey the rules. Hands, face, space with your messy hair. Hands, face, space, look over there. Hands, face, space in your private car. Hands, face, space, dich wunderbar.